It's so bright. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Ken Johnson. So today we're going to be talking about the Wurkkos Light. Now, if you've never seen Wurkkos before, it is a heavy-duty light, well constructed. I'm going to go ahead and show the unboxing here, and then we'll come back talk about my thoughts on this. Alright guys, so we are testing out, doing an unboxing for the Wurkkos HD03 light. Just looking over things, it's 680 lumens. It has a beam that's 180 meters out. Does the multicolor RGB lights, which if you don't understand what RGB stands for, it's red, green, blue. And then it's only 49 grams, so it's very lightweight. Alright, so here's a nice little chart from Wurkkos to let you know about the lighting performance. So the mode, they tell you, you got moonlight, low, medium, high, and turbo. So spotlight's 1 lumen at moonlight, low 20 lumens. Then it goes on up to you get to 680 lumens. Alright, then the time frame, if you have it under moonlight, of course you're going to get 36 hours. But if you do it turbo, they're saying only an hour and 10 minutes. They have a floodlight mode. And again, it goes through all that. Floodlight, you only get 320 lumens in the turbo mode. And then for the hours, moonlight, you get 35 hours. And then you get an hour and 10 minutes under turbo using the floodlight. And then has strobe, SOS, beacon, IPX6, so it talks about the waterproof rating there. There's your dimensions that they're giving you, and that right there is in millimeters, so they don't use American measurements because it's, the way things are nowadays. I really do like the box, but the reason why I'm doing this is that when Wurkkos, they sent me a message and asked me if I want to try out a Wurkklight. I was like, I've done some Wurkklight videos, but I was like, just tell me a little bit more about your product. And when I saw this light, I fell in love because this is not really a work light, not what I would call work light. This is more personal lighting, and for me as an outdoorsman, I think this is the ideal light, especially as a content creator. So we're going to open up the box and I'll show you some of the features which made me really fall in love with this light. First of all, I just love the packaging. So when you open up that box, if you look, there's a little tab, and it tells you basically to pull it, and you pull it out. First thing you got's a README. Really, the README is pretty simple. So it pretty much says that left side is where you're going to get your spotlight mode, your floodlight. So that's kind of neat. And I love how they have that area in red, because they could just cheaped out, because those little additions cost money. And so the fact they went a little extra made me happy there. On the right hand side, that's for your power, that's for your color changes, all that stuff, all your different options for your red, green, blue settings, your brightness, or even your white light. So that's good to know there. And then you charge it up, and it has a dust cover, and it shows you that, where you can charge that. Inside is your user manual for the HD03. Man, this is a very extensive user manual here. just one giant long sheet, multiple languages, and it has schematics like you would not believe. Man, everything that you want to know, it pretty much addresses. I love how they went into great detail here. And it's even continued on the back. Good night. I love that they will make sure you have every resource available. And here's all the languages that they're in. So you got English, Chinese, PYC, I don't know what that is. German, French, Spanish, Italian, Japanese, Portuguese. So that's cool. Then you have the light itself. The color of the light is on the box, so that lets you know what color it is without even having to open it up. I wanted the green just because I like to hunt fish, and so I wanted something that wasn't that obvious. This right here is a little lanyard that you can get, and this is charging cable. And here we are, just a itty bitty little light. You know, a lot of people, they're trying to sell you big lights. This is a little light. But what I like, this, what they're calling a work light. Again, I call this personal lighting. This has a little clip. Perfect put on a pocket, hat, whatever. And as a content creator, I like to fish at night, and lights like this are perfect. So because I wanted the olive drab green, I don't know what they actually call this color, but it's olive drab green, kind of metallic color, but this green color anyway. They got it marked, so even if you're not speaking English, you should know, even if you didn't read the instructions or whatever. So that's good. I'm going to go ahead and charge this up, and we'll come back and test it out. Alright, so you saw the construction of it. Like I said, it's a very durable light. I do want to show you me actually putting it out in the field. So why don't we do that right now? Just because some people get upset with me for not showing me charging stuff up. It does have a little red light on the left hand side, and that lets you know that it's charging. And when it's ready, it turns green. Alright guys, so I got this in the water. Just showing it operating in the water. Everybody probably want to see that. So you can drop it in the water, not going to impact it. Works like a charm. Alright, so let's look at it and see what we got here. So we got the first stage. What they call moonlight. Go up. Man, that is bright. Now I'm going to do floodlight stage. Wow. And I've actually got this angled away from the camera, but man, that's bright. Alright, so this is the floodlight setting. So like if I was on the boat or whatever, gives a pretty good wide beam. And this right here is the regular spotlight setting. So again, pretty good beam. This camera, it's not picking up a lot. I don't know why it's not picking up, because it is way brighter than what this is showing here. Well, what's funny is that I didn't even have it on the highest setting possible. So that's with it with the highest setting possible. But my goodness, I wish you could see it in real life, because with at least through this viewfinder on this camera, it looks dark, but in person, it's lighting up the yard. Alright, 7:40 p.m. We got this light here. I'm going to try to see how it works. So, the regular moon light, nice and bright, would let me see what I need to on the boat. Pretty good. Hold it for 3 seconds. Pretty freaking bright there. Hard to see, but I can see out there. Pretty good. That's your turbo. Wow. Very, very bright. I'm lighting up all that out there. That is freaking awesome. I think that is super duper awesome. And then I'm gonna do two clicks. Alright, so there's your purple light. Which purple is good, especially if you're camping, because you have certain things that they glow, like scorpions, glow under a black light, and so I'm guessing this emulates a black light, so that's cool. Do another 2 clicks, does the strobe, another 2 clicks, got police light thing going on, another 2. You got this whole going through multiple colors. I don't care about that. I want a solid color. Then you got this aura effect where you got all colors. It doesn't really show up that well. Somewhat well, I guess. Not much. Got a blue. That just and then you go back through these multiple colors. And then when you hit one time, it goes back to a purple. I wish I could hit just one time and get the color I want and be able to go to it, but I can't. Alright, so let's do the 3 lights, or 3 bursts. 1, 2, 3. That gives you this little okay. I'm trying to get to do what it's supposed to do. Now let's do this. Now we got the strobe. That's doing SOS. Doing a little faster. A little faster. Back strobe. Interesting. Alright, now let's go to the flood stage. There you go. Nice. Go to another setting. A little brighter. Another stage. Brighter. It is lighting up out there. Wow, that flood stage is just really catching everything. It's hard to show how bright this really is, but man, this is bright, 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 bright. This is freaking awesome. Alright, I'll turn this off. It's getting a little warm, I will be honest. It's getting a little warm, but it's putting out a lot of juice, so it should get warm. As it gets warm, its ability is going to go down dramatically. That's with any flashlight. But I'm amazed at what it's doing. But I am going to make my way back home, and we're going to do the final review of this light. And I just wanted to say thank you to the company for allowing me to have this opportunity to try out this neat little light. I like it, but I'm going to tell you some of the flaws. I don't love it. I like it. If I loved it, that'd be a different matter. But for the price point and everything else, we're going to talk about what you get, what you don't get, what would be nice, and I'm going to let you make up your decision what you think. So I'll see you in just a few seconds. Alright, so let's talk about the Wurkkos light here now. It comes in a bunch of different colors. I got green because I hunt and fish. So upon initial thoughts, this is a well constructed light. It's a very good light, very bright. The only issue I have is actually, well, there's a few issues. The only one that's really a big issue for me is the settings. I wish that they had changed the settings a little bit better to where you could more easily navigate it. Right now I've been trying to do a steady light, and I've been trying to remember, because I've forgot all the different little setting things. It's not wanting to stay lit. And that's very annoying when you need light and you just want to hit it and it just start lighting. It could be that it's low on charge. I don't know that it shouldn't be low on charge, but it's acting like it. When I press, I get little flashes. It'll stay, as long as I hit it, it does that. But it don't do any type of, I've tried 3 lights. Well, now it's doing it. I did 3. Why should I have to hit 3 after I've been hitting it all this time? For now it's going up and doing what it's supposed to. But why should I have to do that? Why should I have to hit 3 times to make this thing work? I should be able to just go on, off, be good with it. It is a light. It is supposed to have functionality, and that impedes the functionality. I'm not saying that it's not functional. I'm just saying that it's less functional because of the settings. So that's one thing. 2 for this, 3 for that, hold long for this, hold your mouth just right, maybe it'll work. I don't like that type of thinking when it comes to my products that I'm going to be using in the woods or on the water. When I am needing a light, there might be a snake in front of me. Okay? I don't need to try to figure out how many times I've got to hold this thing to shine a light so that I can shoot a snake if it's about to strike. If I'm in some type of severe danger and I'm needing a light, I don't need something that I'm having to fumble around with. And that's what you're doing. You're having to fumble around with this. And I hate that about products that are this well designed that shouldn't have this unnecessary level of fiddliness to it. Now there is a color component to this, that you can change the colors. But they do that cheesy light show nonsense. You can get a purple out of it, and that's about it. I wish I could be able to change the colors more. Like, for instance, fish do not see blue and green. Most fish don't. So I can take and put blue on, and the blue does two things when you're fishing. First of all, the fish cannot see the light, which makes it wonderful. So if you need light, you can catch fish or change lures or retie or whatever you need to do. The fish is not going to see it. Second of all, the blue a lot of times is of a certain light range that it can illuminate items and give a phosphorescent glow. So orange things, yellow things, green things, a lot of the fishing stuff, corks, you name it, they have a phosphorescent component, and if you have a black light or a blue light, you can shine it and it will be where you can see it very easily without hurting your eyes. You can actually do very well in a lidded area with blue light a lot better than you can with regular light in a nighttime environment. If you go to green, certain animals and certain fish cannot see green. So like one of the things that we're always worried about here in Florida is gators. You know, gators will come to regular light sometimes. But if you have green light, the gator cannot see it. So that means you can see the gator, but they will not be seeing the light. Same thing, that there are certain animals in the woods, they cannot see a green light. So if you're night hunting legally and you need a light, this is perfect if you had a green light that you was able to switch on. Same thing with red. Certain animals, like hogs, you hunt them legally at night, you're exterminating whatever, red light, they cannot see it. You can definitely, you could use this to more, you could use it better in the field and on the water if it had that setting. Unfortunately, it does not. It says you can change colors, but it is not what it's not what I would say change colors. It has a light show that it does, but that is not changing colors. I dislike that about this. Another thing I dislike about it is that this head is fixed. Alright, so it's got a little clip. Well, most guys are going to put the clip on the bill of their hat, like so. So then I just accidentally turned it on. Imagine that. It just turned on. Alright, so let's do it like that with light on. So let's say I'm frog gigging. How am I going to blind a frog in the eyes with light when the light's going down here? That does me no good. If the head was able to move, then I could put on my hat. So that is something I do not like. Now, what do I like about it? Well, there's actually a lot I do like about it. So I like the fact that I could put this on a, here I have a shirt pocket here. Didn't think I had one. This t-shirt has one. I can put this in my shirt like that, turn that on at night. My GoPro sucks at night. You cannot get good image. And when I'm fishing, a lot of times I like to fish for catfish and things of that nature, and I fish at night. And one of the challenges of making videos at night is lighting. This gives me enough lighting that the GoPro picks up the light very well, and I could catch fish. I can have my regular shirts, if I have a button-down shirt, I can put it there. I can stick it a number of places, and it will give me sufficient light. It has a number of settings on the light setting, and as I showed, that light setting, you can get just as bright as you want, and it's amazing how much something so small puts out so much light. It blew me away. So I really like that. It is durable. I mean, this thing is super durable. It's built well. You can feel the quality of it. The fact that it's waterproof. I mean, I dumped it in water. Okay, now, admittedly, I didn't dump it very deep because I didn't have anything to retrieve it. But if I had something to retrieve or whatever, for most areas where I'm going to be fishing, I could definitely get this back, and as long as it had a light on or something where I could see it being on, get it back and it would work fine. I wouldn't lose my light. So what are some things I wish that they would change? If they will not change the light setting to where you can change the different types of light, I wish that they would allow you to buy filters that you can just pop on or take this off. I can't take this off, this lens right here. And if I could take it off and put a green filter, a red filter, a yellow filter, because like for instance, white light, most people don't realize it. Bugs are not attracted to light, contrary to what you've heard. What happens is that the white light messes up their navigation. So on their back, they have light sensors. They're meant to track the sun. And that lets them know if they're up or down or where they're at based off that light sensor that they have in their bodies. So the swarming action is the white light that we artificially generate is tricking their bodies into thinking that it's the sun. And so they do this swarming action. If you'll look at how they fly, they're actually flying backwards, and they're not flying to the light itself. They're flying around thinking that it's the sun, and it's not. So by doing yellow light, red light, blue light, all those other different colors does not interfere with their light sensors bad, so you don't get that swarm effect with the bugs. And so when I'm filming, I'd rather have a good amber light and me fix the video and post it with the editing software than to have nothing but bugs swarm me everywhere with a fixed white light. So that's something that, for me as a content creator, for somebody that is a sportsman that would definitely use this product, that's something I wish that they would do. Again, I talked about the movable head. I think they need to incorporate a movable head function. It needs that because this fixed system just isn't going to work. And if you do a fixed system this way, that's not going to work either, because you then, like when I'm trying to do like this, sometimes I don't wear a hat when I'm filming. I can't, if I'm fishing, a lot of times I won't wear a hat. So therefore, if I have it like this, I can shine out. But if it only came out that way, well, then it'd be shining in my face and be a totally useless light. So having a movable head, even though it will bring up the cost dramatically, would be more functional. But all in all, I absolutely think that this is worth the price. And that's the thing that I think everybody wants to know. Is it worth the price? Yes, absolutely. You definitely need to get you one of these. I cannot express how important light can be in the woods or on the water at night. You need to have a good workable light. And you can buy these little bitty lights from Walmart that they're like $1 or something, whatever. But that's really no good. You've seen this light in action. You've seen me testing it. It is super bright. For the price, you can't beat it with a stick. So what I recommend is in the description below, I've got a link. Definitely go buy you a Wurkkos light. Even with the issues of concern that I mentioned, it is going to fill the majority of your needs. Most people are not going to be needing a red light or a green light or whatever. because I do a lot of fun things, yes, I would need it more than the average person, but the average user, no. I've used this a dozen times just out in my backyard where my dog would find an armadillo, or there'd be something rustling out in the back or whatever. I've used this more than I thought I would. It is my go-to light. So definitely give it a shot. I think you'll like it. And with that, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and also hype. That's a new thing with YouTube. So everybody, if you're a viewer on YouTube, you get 3 hypes a week. So every 7 days you get 3 more hypes. And these hype points you can either give to individual content creators, or you can give them in combination. So you can give me 2 hypes, you can give me 3 hypes, whatever you wish to do. But you get 3, so do whatever you wish with them. And if you don't use them, they go away. But the rules is that I've got to have over 500 subscribers, which I do. I am monetized. And then the ones with the most hypes, they get promoted differently than regular videos. And so it's a way of growing this channel without having to do anything other than like, share, comment, subscribe, now hype. So all things that don't cost you money, but it makes a huge impact into the growth of this channel. And that allows companies like this to have more faith in me when I get bigger audiences, for them to say, okay, I want you to try this product, and then you can see new things. So if you like this kind of stuff, if you like seeing these new things, this is how I get them. Because Wurkkos saw that my reviews get placed on Google as a top return. That my videos, if I do a review about something, it's normally a top return. And so they asked me to do an honest review. So that's something to think about. If you want to grow this channel, if you want us to do new things, try new things, that's how we do it. So with that, I want to say thank you for everything, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.